are finally down. Cora's gone to bed, and the kitchen is flawless.
Okay, now stop all this avoiding, girl. We survived it. Come on, sit down.
So, was it okay for you?
Oh, yeah. It was great. Great. Remember that movie, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Justus.
Yeah.
What? That's what it was like. Everybody standing around in their best behavior, acting like black folks all over the living room was the most natural thing in the world. I mean, come on. Most people don't even have black servants in the house. Oh, little bit, you should have been there to see us. On one side, you have Granny Mae. I mean, this is the original African queen. Just sitting there, all decked out in scarves and bracelets, just as proud as she can be. And then me, arrogant, in the best of circumstances. And I'm telling you, I was sitting there, I was giving it to him. My most ferocious, make me laugh attitude.
I can just see that.
And then there were the Quartermaines. Poor little Lila sitting there, trying desperately to make the best of a bad situation. And Edward, jaw so tight his lips almost disappeared.
Stop.
And Alan and Monica, so battered and bruised by their own experience, it was just like they just sent their ghosts down. And AJ, I don't think that boy has ever seen black people up, too close.
Well, not for lack of trying, let me tell you.
Oh, girl, stop.
Oh, and Ned. Unctuous says the day is long, but oh, so politically correct, don't you know? And let me tell you something. That butler, what's his name?
Reginald.
Reggie.
Yeah.
Reggie, that's right. I'll bet you that Reggie wore himself out trying to hide all the little lawn jockeys before we got there. I can see it now. Oh, Master Quartermaine, how shall we hide all the little colored men on the lawn?
That is terrible.
Little colored man, little jockey. You ought to stop. You ought to be
It's what
ashamed of you.
happened.
Shame on you. And you know what your cousin is trying to do? He's trying to make fun of the Quartermaines, but actually, at their own expense, they were really, look, actually, they were very gracious, especially Lila.
Oh,
You will
yes.
stop
They were
that.
swell. Ned even took the opportunity to make a big splashy announcement about relocating the incinerator.
Well, come on, that's great.
Sure, so long as you don't scrutinize his motives. This was a business decision, little bit. It was nothing personal.
No, you tell me, since when have you, young man, become so cynical that you can't accept a business deal when it's going to help you?
Oh,
That's
now
right.
see, I never said I couldn't accept it. All I'm saying is that if you're the type to look gift horses in the mouth, it's best to keep your glasses on. You know what I'm saying.
I know what
But listen, seriously, in all seriousness, it went about as well as anyone could expect.
Good.
As a liberal-minded, eminently fair, filthy rich pillar of the community, but still your average Joe type of family,
Preach.
the Quartermaines passed
That's right.
with flying colors.
Oh.
Flying colors.
Get out of here.
Just flying colors.
Oh, don't stop me now. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Hey, now. What a mess that might do.
Well, you know what I've been thinking about ever since we found out that Mr. Quartermaine was... Should I still call him Mr. Quartermaine? I mean, it sounds so formal. But then again, Edward sounds too familiar.
Can we just, save this for another day? I'm kind of interested in what's on your mind.
Well, the story about the jazz singer and the Navy lieutenant. Now that he's got a face, I want to know more about him.
You know, I have to admit, I'd like to know more about them, too.
Well, we were young. Painfully so. Of course, we didn't think of it that way. It was just so hard to be young in those days. It was the war. Young boys were being killed 1,000 miles away from home, leaving widows, fatherless children. And it was just felt bleak, hopeless. And of course, I lost my buddy in a war that I didn't even consider my own. So I was bitter and I was flat, like a desert. till the music started. And when I started hearing those piano riffs, I took all that pain and just channeled it through my voice. And that's what Edward responded to. You know, he was different those days. That man didn't have a cynical bone in his body. Yeah, hey, he wasn't, he was much more innocent than I was. He was open, he was vulnerable, he was scared. And he never could show that side until he met me, because see, I understood. He found solace in that understanding. Because see, Edward's nature is to protect, and he didn't have to protect me, and that's what he needed, not to have to protect. We came together through our despair. When it was over, I let it go.
And you never wanted more?
More what? There's no more. It's only what it is. It's the moment. And I never regretted that moment, because it brought me Bradley, my most precious gift.
You know, it all makes sense now, why you objected to my relationship with Jason. You must have thought history was repeating itself.
I still do. This history has not been pretty. This is not the same Edward Quartermaine I've been telling you about. This Edward Quartermaine could never reach across a crowded room and touch my soul. And that's why I'm wary for you, Keisha.
Anybody home?
Hi.